Hello. Commissioner of the TRSBA here. New place. This is my new place in Brisbane, right in the heart, not right in the heart of the city, but right around from the Eka Showgrounds. Just got in here for a couple of weeks. New place bought. This is a one-bedroom apartment, bathroom, kitchen, just great. So it's good. Thinking ahead, the Olympics are on in 7 years, so I've got to have something. So anyway, let's have a look at these TRSBA 2025 power rankings. Very early, it's the 23rd of August today, just remember that, so don't get too schneid. So let us go. So here we go, guys. Okay. So team coming 16th. What we've got there is the Toronto Flyers. You can see they've got LaMelo Ball, 34.95 fantasy points a game expected. The problem is, hopefully, plays the games, can score. Zach Edey projected to be the second best player with 27.353 and be about the 65th best player in the league. That is very interesting. Anything else that we need to know about this team? Kyle Kuzma, only about 22, so he's their fourth best player. Nimhard should be a bit better than that. Middleton, Matt Struess, Lively. I mean, there's some players there, but it's bad. It is pretty horrendous, and you can see why this is the worst team in the TRSBA. It's a faceless GM at the moment. We haven't seen this guy. So on to team 15, if we may. And it is the Predators. You say, okay, well, they've got when you look at it, only a couple of really good players. And, 12 and 15. Embiid, 36.26 fantasy points a game. I do worry about Embiid. And but Colin Bankero, what a great player he is. But Bazelis is going to be on the rise. Tobias Harris is just boring as fuck. Scottie Pippen Jr. I like. But this team's pretty bad. And you can see why they are probably the worst team in the East in 2025. Can't see much else there. I like Edgecombe. I think he might be better than that. Shannon Jr., Murray Boyles. There's a few young guys. There's Trey Orr. Lillard out for the year. The 14th team, Washington Wolfhounds. And even though Giddy is really projected to go crazy, and I don't know how or why, but 36 fantasy points a game is pretty crazy. A top 17 player. Larry Markin, how many games are going to play? Jaden Ivey, hopefully a bounce back year. Aaron Gordon, Cam Whitmore will be good. John Collins is okay. He's John Collins. Claxton just never got into that 30 FP territory. Probably never will. Jeremy Grant sucks. Colin Sexton's bad. McCain, I'd be surprised if he's that bad. 16.16. I would expect a lot better from McCain. He was really good as in his rookie year. Topic, interesting to see how he goes. Buffkin right down the bottom. AJ Mitchell. So a lot of guards. Okay. JB. Brown cows, eh? Pretty bad. 34.93 though for him. He's good. He'll be their best player. But he'll be treading a lot of dog dung this season. Jaron Jackson's pretty good. Cam Thomas, their third best player, says a lot when that dickhead's your third best player. Chet Holmgren. Yeah, he's should be a bit better than that. Quickly is okay. Jared Allen, I think he's a bit overrated, actually. 24 fantasy points a game. Murray's gone should play 20. Cam Johnson, just not in the right location in Denver. His stats will go down compared to what they were. Aldama. So there's nothing there to really hope. I'm hoping Bub gets a bit better, but there's some depth sort of in this range here from, I think Bub can be a little bit better than that. I think Eason just hasn't found the right situation for him, has he? That's the Jags. I mean, when you look at these, 6 to 13 are very, very close. So, JB, don't get your knickers in a knot because you could easily be sick, buddy. Okay? Don't fucking just take a chill pill. My guy, Armin Thompson, will be probably our best player this year. 32.8 fantasy points a game. Should be 35th in the league. Kristaps Porzingis. Dan wants him. I don't know what we're going to do, Dan. Miles Bridges played really well last year. Can he back it up? Possibly. Michael Porter, I think, will be more than a 30 fantasy points a game guy, but we'll see. I think he will. And Duran, I think, will sniff that pretty close as well. Paul should be a little bit better than 24.95. Simons, we do worry about. We just hope we can not have to start Simon. So if Armin gets guard forward eligibility, which I think he will, then he will start. And then we'll be able to have Porter, Bridges, Porzingis, Armin, and probably Poole in the starting lineup. Castle and Vassell, about the same sort of stats. J. Ruth, I think, might be okay. Very old, though. Hauser, Cater, Trent, Cason Wallace, Caruso, Rob Dillingham. Will get better. The 11th team is Denny Avdia's Tampa Bay Butchers. They've got Cooper Flagg. Mark Williams is going to be great in Phoenix, over 30 fantasy points again projected. Walker Kessler nearly that as well. Trey Murphy's good. So there's some guys that the Jags will have to worry about in the East. They might have a better record that's projected to be a bit better. They've got Flagg, remember, so they've got 5 guys who could be 30 FP or higher. That's and improvements from Klingon. Fred VanVleet's still okay. Mikal Bridges, yeah, teetering. Keegan Murray, Bilal Koulibaly. So they've got some guys like Philip Pawski, Igor Demon might surprise, the big-headed Demon, Clint Capella, and Yami Yakez Jr. And the Hurricanes, they got the second best player. Not sure why I got them this high, but they've got 4 really good players, and sometimes that's what the metrics look at. I would probably push them a bit down. I probably would have them 13th maybe, but it's very close. And Donovan Mitchell's good. Bam Adebayo's really, really good. Jamal Murray. So you've got 4 guys there that are well over 30 fantasy points a game, 4 guys in the top 40. So, I mean, that's pretty good. But then there's a big drop off to Christian Brown. Aaron Naismith, I think, will have a good year, probably better than that. So do watch out for these guys. I think they'll be coming. But after that, it gets pretty tired pretty quickly. They do need to get some depth somehow. The New York Lions at 9. Much improved, I think. Much improved. Tyler Hero, their best player. Jalen Green in a better situation, I think, 30 fantasy points a game. Brandon Miller, also a 30 fantasy points a game sort of type player. Alex, they're really projecting to be really, really good. I don't think he's going to be 28.66, but let's see. Andrew Wiggins, fairly solid. We expect some improvement from Scoot, also from Kelly Ware, so some depth there. Dyson Daniel. So anyone from up above Dyson, that's pretty good there in the rotation. 8 good players. Ace Bailey might surprise as well. I think he'll be better than that. Suggs is good. So they've got a team that is in the middle of the pack, I think. So it's going to be competitive. San Francisco Tigers at 8. Safe guy there being Sabonis, about 35. Barnes 34. Shaden Sharp could be their 3rd best, which is a worry if he is. De'Aaron Fox will come back a bit because of the Wemby situation and the guards, 28.66, getting a little bit older. Barrett is 25.2, but he's 26.6. Assar's going to make a big improvement. McConnell, he might be jump right in there. Missy, I think, will be better than 20 FP. Carter could be better than 20 FP. So there's a couple of guys that could make the move up. I like Derek Queen in New Orleans. Ron Holland, I like him too. I like Cole Anthony in Milwaukee. I like the Kalkbrenner guy. Yeah, so we'll see how they go. 7th best team, the Pens. They're going to at least flap their wings in the West. They were the best team last year, but why aren't they still the best? Obviously, they choked. They choked in the playoffs. But what's wrong with this team? I think there's sort of the depth tails off a bit. I think that's the problem. We know that Cade, Booker, Towns are great. We know Sengun's good. We know Brunson's. We've got really good starting 5. And then it goes tails off a little bit. Ayton and Bain will be okay. and then a big tail off after in Yeka or Congo. You've got 8 good guys, but then it really tails off. So injuries certainly going to hurt them again. I think Dick sucks. Suck Dick. Davian Mitchell hasn't. Him and Ellis, the Maxi Van. So yeah, I mean, there's some good. I think they'll compete. They're going to flap their wings, but I think they can just get a bit more depth would help them. I think, to be honest. Who we got here? The Snipers at 6. Now this is a sneaky 6 too, because it's not like they've really got that many fantastic players, but they've got the one guy who can hit 50 fantasy points a game, and that's Giannis, the Greek freak. He's going to shoot the Snipers into a playoff run. I think he is probably going to be the league's best player in 2025. Will he win the MVP? Probably not. But will score the most fantasy points. My projection that he will in 2025, 26. And that'll help this team get into about this spot. But if he doesn't, then they won't. Ingram's got to play this good. Garland's got to play good. And Miles Turner. Those 3 guys have got to really step up and elevate their games. Irving being away is going to hurt. Kaminga's going to have to be monstrous. Kevin Porter Jr. I think would be okay. Norman Powell. So there's a few guys there. Zachary Ricochet will get a little bit better. And that is about it. And the Alabama Wild Boars coming in there. Look at that. City out the back. Great view. Yeah, so what do we got here? So this is obviously a team that's always been contending in recent years. I think they did win a title there, 2022, I believe. So well done. But look at right down the bottom, Tatum not going to play next year. Edwards will be in the top 13. Zubac, don't think he'll be any better than last year, but maybe 30 fantasy points. They've got 28 minutes there. They've got Randall at 30. I think he might be slightly better than that. Derek White's going to have a good year. Austin Reeves is great. Zach LaVine is surprisingly probably a bit better than that, actually. Naz Reid will do that. Dennis Schroeder, not a great NBA player, better at the Euro stuff, better at the FIBA stuff. And then it tails off pretty quickly. None of these other guys that I can see there have proved much of anything. Now, Dan's going to not like this, but, you know, they are 4th. They haven't got any players that I think are in the top 20 in the TRSBA, so that's the reason why. But they do have 3 guys in the top 30. So they've got Harden, they've got Kawhi, they've got LeBron James, they've got a 46 sort of guy in Vooch, they've got DeMar DeRozan at 53 and Peyton Pritchard at 56. 28.73 is going to have a great year, I reckon. OG Anunoby was great too. This depth was really key. What Paul George added, but he's really tailed off now in his career. He's 35 and a half. Can he have one more good run? He's really struggled. He's really probably needs to think about hanging up the boots. Josh Hart, just a solid player. Jaden McDaniels needs to do a bit better. Washington just in a bad situation. And then from Washington upwards, all those guys can fire. Mann, Cornette, Rozier, and Bronny. Anyway, 3rd best team. Look at ripped Luka here. He's fucking phenomenal. And this team is really good. They got Luka, 4th best player in the league. Davis around the 10 or 11 mark. Durant 16. So they've got 3 guys there right at the top. 3 in the top 16 is why they're ranked 3rd. And they've got Kobe White. And they've got Jakob Poeltl projected to play well. They've got Gobert projected to play well. CJ McCollum, not a slouch. DeAndre Hunter, not a slouch. Monk, hopefully he can be better than that. Levert isn't that great, I don't think. Keyshawn George, good acquisition. Ryan Dunn, I don't like him. He sucks, I reckon. And that's about it for that team. Chris Paul really tailing off. He's over 40 now, guys, believe it or not. And the Saints are 2nd. They got SGA. They got the 5th, the 6th, the 8th, and the 9th. I mean, come on, Dennis. You got 4 of the top 10 players. You've got to fucking have a go this year, mate. You've got to have a go. They've got to be healthy, and you've got to have a go. Please, you know, come on. SGA, Zion, Jar, Trey, all got massive minutes, massive usage. Jalen Johnson's no slouch guy. He's probably the 25th best player. Probably have him higher than that. Mobley. So you got 6 guys in the top 33, and then it's a bit of a jump to Maverin, but he's going to have a good year. Keontae George could go either way. So could Brandon Pajemski. But you've got there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 solid players, Dennis. What a rotation. Stay healthy. The rest of the guys, we just hope Reed Shepherd comes through, but there's not much else there to look forward to. Clowney has been one of the guys that Dennis has really sort of gone after. But, yeah, we'll see what happens there. The number one. I sort of struggled. I think Dennis may have had, but just the law of averages got through here, I think. They did. They got 7, is it 7 guys here? Yeah, 7 in the top 64 is very solid. They've got Victor Wembanyama, number 3, quite clearly. Hopefully plays enough games. Maxi, about 24. Curry, 20, around that mark as well. Pascal, 34. Jalen Williams in the top 40 quite clearly. Franz probably around the top 50 mark, and Butler around the top 60. So there's your 7. And then Kamara, they really invested heavily in a huge multi-year deal, surprisingly for Kamara, but maybe that's what they want. They want that 8th guy who can shine, and Hartenstein could be that if Kamara isn't. So there's 2 guys there. Jabari Smith's got a lot of potential, a lot of potential. Dante DiVincenzo, they got him as well. They got Bryce Sensabaugh. He's really good. He's young. There's any other surprises down here? Sohan, another just a solid role player as well. So that's it's gonna So that there, that's that one there for the time being. Just going to show you what it's like out on the balcony here, boys. As we have a look here, look at this cityscape in Brisbane. That's what it's like out here, guys. Anyway, straight off the plane, straight into doing a podcast. Hope you enjoyed that.